guys, I'm Suzy and welcome to this adulting thing. Welcome to this adulting thing. If you are new here, this channel is all about the difficulties and problems that we face as adults because adulting is hard. It was a scam. We were misled this whole time. If you do like the content that you see today, I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into it. Right, today I want to discuss the topic of making friends as an adult, which is not massively talked about, but it's quite a hard thing. I grew up in quite a small town, one of those towns where a lot of people know each other, and even to this day, some of the people that I knew from school are still really, really close friends. My boyfriend, his friends, are a lot of the friends that he actually knew when he was in college or in secondary school, which is fine. That's great. You can keep your childhood friends, there's nothing wrong with that. But what if you actually want to make new friends, or what if you're in a position where you have to make new friends? Growing up, I always had a very small friendship circle. Even to this day, I still keep my friendship circle quite small. I like to have a few trusted close friends rather than loads and loads and loads of friends. It just works better for me, and to be honest, I'm quite busy, so it's hard enough to keep up with the ones that I do have. When I moved to university, I made a few friends, but it was when I first came to Birmingham 5 years ago that I really had to start from scratch. I lost touch with a lot of my childhood friends. As I said, because we lived in quite a small town, a lot of them stayed where they are. A lot of them are still there, whereas I choose to move away to uni, and naturally you do just drift away from people. That's life, it happens. So anyway, when I moved to Birmingham, I was in a brand new city. I had one friend who lived in Birmingham, which was kind of my motivation for coming here, and I realised that I really had to kind of get out there and meet some new people, because otherwise it was going to be a very, very lonely experience. So for me, I went to some meetup groups, some social things, tried to meet people. But what's hard as making friends as an adult is that it's really hard to make the friendship stick. It's really easy to meet people, go to an event, have a bit of a talk, maybe text a little bit. But going from casual friendship through to an actual close long-term friend is quite a transition. A lot of people as well are perfectly happy with the friends that they have within their own friendship groups. You may meet someone at work who is super, super nice, super friendly, but they may not necessarily be looking to expand their friendship circle. They may be happy to keep it as a casual workplace friendship that doesn't really go outside of the office. So it's really hard to actually meet people who can turn into real long-term friends. The friends that I met in Birmingham, I met through some meetup groups that I went to, and I was really lucky that they've managed to stick around and stay on the scene. But if you may be a bit shy and you're nervous about meeting strangers, or you don't want to put yourself out there, it can be really hard to try and make new friends. These days, everyone is obviously obsessed with the phones and social media. So back in the day, you could probably go to a coffee shop and strike up a conversation with someone who had ordered the same coffee as you, or maybe they were reading a book that you'd read. Classic rom-com cliche right there, I apologise. But maybe that would be the situation, and that's how you would get talking, and that's how you would make friends. But now, if you go to a coffee shop, everyone's got headphones in, or everyone is on the phones, or texting, or on the laptops. So if someone approached you in a coffee shop now and asked you about the brand of laptop you had, you would probably be quite on guard and think maybe there were a thief who was going to put your laptop on the black market, rather than thinking there was someone who was actually just looking to make a friend. When you get older as well, your relationships with your current friends can also change. If your friends are maybe having children, your relationship changes drastically. And sometimes if you're really, really close with them, maybe you aren't quite as close in the same way, not because you don't get on and have the same core values, but because the things that were maybe more important to them before they had a child are now different, and you aren't quite on the same wavelength anymore. And that's why, even if you already do have friends, sometimes you feel like you may need to branch out and expand your circle. I think because it can be hard to make friendships stick as an adult, sometimes you start to think, is there something wrong with me? Am I really weird? Am I not funny enough or chatty enough? And you start to overthink, especially in this day and age where with things like dating apps, you've got very much a judgment culture of see a picture, you either like them or you don't. In a split second, not even a second, probably less than a second, you make a decision on someone based on just one picture. So I think making friends as an adult is scary because there is that fear of rejection or fear of judgment and just that general fear of being yourself and putting yourself out there into the world. I'm a very chatty person. I like meeting new people. As a personal trainer, I work with lots and lots of different clients, and I love that. I love that part of my job. But just because I'm super, super chatty, people can be surprised when I tell them I only have a few close friends, because even though you can be really friendly and outgoing, it can still be hard to actually find genuine people that have that real, genuine connection with you and your current life stage as well. Adulting can actually be really lonely, and it can be good to almost have friends for different occasions. For example, my best friend, if I have a real crisis or drama going on in my life, I know that she is the one person that I will always go to. She is the one who I can literally tell anything to, and she will be there and have my back 100%. And then I have my friend who was also a personal trainer. So for us, we were building our businesses at the same time. So our values are very much aligned in terms of being a young, self-employed woman trying to make it out of the 9-to-5 grind and get out there in the big wide world. So that's something that we really had in common, and that's what first brought us together. Then I have another friend who is still single. He's living his best life on the dating apps, and he's still also trying to figure out where he's at and what he's trying to do. So we connect on that level as well. We're still young, not tied down with kids or anything like that. So we have that in common. Adult friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And if you're lucky enough to make a really good friend as an adult, then hold on to them, because trust me, it is a stressful process. I would love to know what your thoughts are about making friends as an adult. If you've made many friends as an adult, or if you mainly still have your childhood or university friends. So please leave a comment and let me know. Thank you so much for watching this adulting thing. As always, please like and subscribe, and I will see you very, very soon.